is definitely in a state of crisis. That is the Chicago Bears. Now, I really expected them to do pretty well this year. They're 3-6 right now, and they have looked like probably the past 2 weeks they probably look like the worst team in all of history. They've given up over 100 points, 50 points in each game. I believe it's 107 points in the past 2 games, and only scored about 15 or 20 in each one of those games. This is really getting scary. Now, I know that the Bears, their defense is usually one of the best things, and you can almost always count on the Bears' defense doing well. Now, everybody be like, well, their entire secondary is out. Yes, they are. Their entire secondary is out. You have Charles Tillman. I believe both their starting cornerbacks are out. So they have one starting safety from the beginning of the year that is still playing there. But you still have a good front seven, or you should have. They did lose Julius Peppers this year. But, I mean, come on. What is going on with the Bears? Mark Trestman, you got to do something before you get fired, dude. And then the other thing is their offense, which should be spectacular, because Mark Trestman, he's the offensive genius. They have Brandon Marshall, they have Afshalon Jeffrey, they have Matt Forte, they have Jay Cutler. Those guys are looking horrible too. Brandon Marshall came out last week, I believe, and was just totally railing on Jay Cutler. And it's never a good sign when your lead wide receiver rails on your quarterback. And these two guys have been together for a long time. Brandon Marshall and Jay Cutler started their career together in Denver, had some great first couple of years. Then they kind of parted ways when Cutler went to Detroit and Marshall went to the Dolphins. Then Marshall, wanting to get back with Cutler, decided to make the move up to Chicago. So when he's going off on your starting quarterback, it's not good.
No.
It's just one of the big surprises, I'd say, of the season. It's just kind of crazy that it's going downhill so far, so fast. I mean, I can never remember ever seeing a team give up back-to-back 50-point losses. 50-point games against them. That's just absurd. Just absurd. Now, one of them was against Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers is playing amazing. But still, that's crazy, man. Crazy. It's a crazy train. All right, I had to throw in another train.
Although that's not really a matter of your wide receivers or anything. If you're giving up 50, that's your defense just playing terrible.
Well, that's part of your. If the wide receivers and the quarterback are making completions and moving the ball, then your defense isn't on the field for long enough to give up 50 points.
That's
I want to
true.
say they're also
However,
they had their kick
50
returner.
points is a lot to give up. Your defense really needs to be able to prevent that, even if they have to be on the field the whole game. I mean, at the pro level, they need to be able to pull through, even if the offense can't do anything.
Granted, I don't disagree with that at all, but it also helps if you don't give up 50 points if your offense is doing their job, or at least doing half of their job, or a quarter of their job. How many times have I seen a team with a horrible defense and a horrible offense and still not give up that many points? It's just both sides of the ball have to be going downhill. They have to be playing very, very poorly for that to happen. It just does not happen that often. And 50 points in 2 weeks, that's 2 weeks in a row, that's pretty crazy. And then they also had their kick returner set a record. I believe he had something like 12 kickoff returns in one game. And that just means you're getting scored on a lot. So I don't know. Let us know what you think about about the Bears. Are they or are they not? Are they kind of screwed? Hit us up. Comments down below. Of course, at Where's My Face on Twitter. Where's My Face at gmail.com. Google Plus, Facebook. Always good ways of getting a hold of us.